Does this look familiar? It's 3 a.m. The whole world is asleep, but you're busy researching how the Large Hadron Collider works or just counting cracks on the ceiling. You feel tired, but wired. Your body is begging for rest, but your brain feels like it's plugged into a high-voltage power line. And in the morning? In the morning, you're like a zombie. Someone forgot to give coffee to. You try to get into the work rhythm, but your internal battery is sparking and throwing error codes. This isn't just a bad patch. It's a breakdown of your body's main energy regulator. Your cortisol has gone haywire. But today, we're fixing it. Welcome to Health Explained. It's time for a full reboot. Most people think of cortisol as the evil hormone or the stress hormone, but that's not true. Cortisol is actually the lead conductor of your body's orchestra. Without it, you wouldn't even be able to stand up in the morning. In a healthy state, it follows a strict 24-hour rhythm. Early in the morning, around 6 to 8 a.m., your cortisol levels should spike sharply. This is the cortisol awakening response. It literally pushes you out of bed, clears the brain fog, and prepares your muscles for movement. Think about our ancestors. If a saber-toothed tiger growled in the bushes, cortisol was the hero. It instantly dumped glucose into the bloodstream, shut down non-essential functions like digestion, and redirected every ounce of energy to your heart and limbs so you could either run faster than the wind or fight for your life. But here is the catch. Cortisol doesn't work alone. It's the twin flame of insulin. When cortisol is high, your blood sugar rises. In the wild, you burn that sugar off by running from the tiger. But in an office chair, that sugar has nowhere to go, so your body stores it as fat. The problem is, the modern world is one giant invisible tiger. Phone notifications, deadlines, traffic jams. Your adrenal glands can't tell the difference between a predator and a mean email. They think you're in danger 24/7. Because of this constant emergency mode, your circadian rhythms break. Cortisol, which is supposed to drop to its lowest point by 10 p.m. to let melatonin take over, stays high. It's like trying to sleep while someone is screaming, "Fire!" in your ear. You're trapped in a biological paradox. And it's not nature's fault, it's the lifestyle. How do you know if your cortisol is broken? It's not always a sudden collapse. Often, it's a slow erosion of your well-being. The first and most deceptive sign is a strange burst of energy after 10 p.m. Instead of feeling sleepy, you get a second wind. Suddenly, you're wide awake, deciding to deep clean the kitchen, wash all the dishes, or start a brand new business project. You think you're being productive? But in reality, your body is simply failing to switch from stress mode to rest mode. This is a classic symptom of a flipped cortisol curve. The second sign is the infamous cortisol belly. Have you ever wondered why, despite doing cardio or cutting calories, that stubborn layer of fat around your midsection just won't budge? That is the direct work of the stress hormone. Cortisol triggers a redistribution of fat to the abdominal area to protect your vital organs from perceived danger. It's a survival mechanism that has become a cosmetic nightmare in the modern world. What about your relationship with food? Pay attention to your cravings. If you find yourself reaching for the salt shaker more often or dreaming of a bag of chips at midnight, that's your adrenals screaming for help. Stress depletes your minerals, and your body tries to compensate by demanding salt. And let's talk about the sugar roller coaster. If you can't get through the afternoon without a massive sugar fix or another energy drink just to keep your eyes open, your cortisol is likely crashing when it should be steady. Add in the mental toll. Poor memory, snapping at your loved ones over small things, and that heavy, suffocating morning brain fog where you feel like you're walking through chest-high water. If you recognize yourself in at least 3 of these points, your internal step 1, the light anchor. This is the absolute foundation of your biological clock. To lower cortisol effectively in the evening, you must trigger its peak correctly in the morning. Within the first 15 to 30 minutes of waking up, do not reach for your phone. The artificial blue light from a smartphone screen is too narrow in its spectrum. It's too weak to reset your clock, but just strong enough to spike your morning anxiety. Instead, seek natural, full-spectrum photons. Go out on the balcony, open a window wide, or better yet, take a 5-minute walk. Even on a cloudy day, the light intensity outside is significantly higher than any office lamp. When this light hits your retina, it sends a high-speed electrical signal to the suprachiasmatic nucleus in your brain. It says, "The day has begun. Start the timer for melatonin production in 14 hours. You are literally anchoring your entire day's chemistry to that first ray of light. If you skip this, your body stays in a hormonal gray zone all day. Step 2, the 90-minute caffeine rule. Most of us use coffee as a crutch to force ourselves awake. But you're actually sabotaging your natural energy. Remember that morning cortisol spike we talked about? When you wake up, your body is already doing the work to clear out adenosine, the chemical that builds up in your brain to make you feel sleepy. If you pour caffeine into your system while cortisol is already high, you create a stress overlap. This leads to that jittery, anxious feeling and inevitably a massive energy crash at 2 o'clock or 3 p.m. By waiting 90 minutes, you allow your natural hormones to clear the fog first. And here is the golden rule for your adrenals. No caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of about 6 to 8 hours. That means if you drink a latte at 4 p.m., a quarter of that caffeine is still pulsing through your brain at midnight, silently blocking your deep, restorative sleep cycles, even if you manage to drift off. Step 3, the magnesium rescue. Under chronic stress, your body leaks minerals like a sinking ship, and magnesium is always the first to go. It is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions, and without it, your muscles can't fully relax, and your nervous system stays in a state of high alert. It's like trying to stop a car with worn-out brake pads. Look specifically for magnesium glycinate. Unlike other forms like oxide or citrate, which can cause digestive issues, glycinate is bound to an amino acid that has its own calming effect on the brain. Taking it about an hour before bed acts like a handbrake for your sympathetic nervous system. It lowers your heart rate slightly and dampens the firing of overactive neurons. It's the difference between falling into bed, exhausted but restless, and actually sliding into a deep, heavy slumber that heals your cells. Step 4. The digital sunset. Your brain is a primitive organ living in a high-tech world. It doesn't understand what a LED bulb or a tablet is biologically. It only recognizes the sun and the warm glow of fire. An hour before bed, you need to simulate a sunset in your home. Turn off the bright, harsh overhead lights and switch to warm floor lamps or even candles. This signal tells your pineal gland that it's safe to release melatonin. If you must use a screen, use night shift mode or wear orange-tinted glasses. But the most powerful tool is the brain dump. Take a physical notebook, not a digital one, and write down everything swirling in your mind. Tasks for tomorrow, nagging worries, or that one thing you forgot to say. By physically moving these thoughts from your head to the paper. A cortisol reboot doesn't happen overnight. Your body needs time. But after just 1 week of proper light and a solid routine, you'll notice the morning fog starting to lift. You'll start feeling the zest for life again, rather than just a taste of your 5th espresso. You'll have energy for the gym, for your loved ones, and for new ideas. Your health is the result of small daily decisions. Start your reboot tonight. Turn off this video, put away your phone, and just let yourself rest. Subscribe to Health Explained if you want to understand your body better. Good night. And good morning.